Peace and wisdom. I'm giving everyone a chance to get in here. Give you guys some deep philosophy today. First one in, let me know if I'm clear. Books like this, Ancient Kabbalah. I think this is part 2 or part 1 of that same book. Yeah, this is part 1. You have many books like this based on the Kabbalah magic. That's your ancient Jewish mysticism. Or you can just say knowledge sacred to the Jews. You can view it as the modern day Jews, the ancient Hebrews, but a sacred knowledge specifically known to that culture. Now this is what my magazine explains. Like I said, you have many different books based on the Kabbalah. This book explains it all. Basically, it explains the characters and the creation aspect of the Kabbalah. And then it explains, the magic aspect of it. This is your sorcery or alchemy. Basically, your many different aspects of chemistry. Language is chemistry. A mixing and merging of different sounds. Peace and wisdom, Sean Fletcher. Peace and wisdom, Khan. You from Europe? Oh, I forget I'm international with this thing. The big leagues. And they will say salami. I should smile often more, right? I have range. If you're an actor, you have to have different facial expressions. I'm a thespian. I'm just letting you know. Peace and wisdom. Peace and wisdom, Khan. You from Europe? I'm asking on a serious note. Now I want to start this video. Of course, you guys see the topic. So anything you may want to know in regards to scholarship, life matters. Put your question up. Now I want to explain something, as y'all got y'all slide. As y'all get y'all sloppy minds together. I'll give you guys a couple of jewels. There's no backwards, meaning you can't go backwards in life or life concerning matters. You can't go back to when you were 5, 3, yesterday. There's no past. There is, but it's just memory. Get it? And so you can't go backwards. All you can do is go forward or stand still. And so use that in your life. Meaning some of you guys may be stuck. And it's because you're trying to go backwards. Whether it be your mind keep pulling for past traumas or whatever the case may be. Or it could just be in, your motivations, goals, and things like that in life. You may feel stuck, but it's a matter of that. You're probably looking backwards or you're reaching backwards. Maybe you have someone from your past. Your mind has moved past them. A lot of you guys in relationships and it's over for you, but you just haven't said anything yet. These is aspects of the past in perspective. Meaning your mind, spirit, and body must move forward. If you come to realize any aspect of yourself is drawing backwards, it's going to cause you to be stuck or still. We're speaking in regards to you moving forward in life. You'll be stuck or still. And so if any of you guys feel stuck, whether it be mentally, emotionally, or physically, reflect on self, do a little inventory, and see which aspect of your being may be pulling for the past. Get that out of there. Moving forward coincides with gratitude, so you guys have to find things to be grateful for. Of course, the opposite of gratitude is the beginnings of, the past. So the only thing you need to keep from the past is the good memories. A lot of people, they hold on to the bad memories. Look at life like you're the filter. You're going to have good and bad. You're not here to keep the bad. You're here to keep the good. So you have a good day, a bad day. You hold on to the good day, and you get my point? Or you do in reverse, where you hold on to the bad and you let the good go. In that, you get my point? The beginnings of stuck. Now, you're up on overtime. Salam, shalom, champ. You guys have a real hard problem answering simple questions like yes or no. Mole, I don't know y'all slang. So I'm assuming you're from Europe. I still don't know. Now, here's another jewel. You guys are going to be assholes today. I'm going to depart again. I don't have any problem with that. I'm just putting that out there in advance. Just in case y'all think like, y'all got the remote control and y'all control this channel. No. Will excuse myself. Now, get it together. Next jewel. Everybody's born into life. This is the important one. Like I said, this is the important one. Chuck Nitty said, or Nutty, your name is quite spicy, champ. He said, I think we all take our shirts off to show support for P. Diddy. Make sure y'all don't throw Diddy under the bus, yeah? If you're black, you have to get out of that, desperate to throw your own under the bus. Talent and tacky. A lot of y'all are lacking in talent, so you reach for your tacky. You don't want to do that. Etiquette is important. I'll do a little bit on etiquette later. When I say etiquette, I'm speaking of your moral values, the etiquette of your mind, emotional state, and of course the physical as well, but y'all a little dusty in today's times. I want to say this to those of y'all that wear dreadlocks, long locks, or short ones. Locks is a style for elders. Those at least 30 or 40 and up. Locks is not a style for little children or young adults. It's a style of prestige, a coming of age thing. And you youngsters have tackied it up with your dirty dreadlocks that you never get done, lint, cotton candy in it. I was watching a video of one of you guys getting your dreadlocks cut off. There was malt balls, big white cotton balls. Like I said, dreadlocks, in regards to the black culture, this is an eldership thing. Something you need to stay away from if you're younger. Why? Because you're bringing the value of it down. Dreadlocks is not something that you wear on your head all raggedy. It's something you wait till you are in an age or place in your life where you keep up with yourself. Grease your body, wash your body. In that, you will take care of your locks. They will be nice and shiny and, always done. Maybe you have it corn rolled up, bunned up, whatever. But always neat. And some of y'all do y'all thing with it. Some of y'all, I see y'all with y'all dreads. I say, yeah, they keeping the glory alive. And then some of y'all I see with y'all dirty dreads and I be like, I'm just playing, I'm sorry. Now I know y'all have y'all little style. You say, nah, Solace, the new growth thing is in where you let your joint just grow all raggedy. That Jay-Z thing. I get it. But just get what I'm saying. It represents your culture wrong. If we all know or we've all seen dreadlocks done so eloquently and beautifully, there ain't no need for none of y'all shit to be dusty. Now I understand you can't get your hair done every single day. And so remember what I taught you about room for error, And so if you somebody that's older or black, you're young 20s, early 20s, teenager or kid, you need to wear your hair low. And you need to keep yourself as neat as possible. When you keep your hair cut, it don't have to be low, but just keep it, low cut. And you work yourself up into longer hair. Look at longer hair as something that has to do with eldership. When you're like at the pinnacles of being responsible. And so, in the meanwhile, keep your hair cut and low. I say that because a lot of y'all are young, you're walking around with the raggedy dreads and you look way older than anyone could have fathomed you were. You're 24 but you look 50 because you have the dreadlocks. It's messing up your hairline way before, your time. And you get my point? A lot of y'all need to just cut your hair off. I know the style is the style, but just cut your hair off. Enjoy your years of having a good hairline. Or put some S-curls in that thing, whatever you choose. But you get my point? These your young years, your cute years. Enjoy them. Meaning a lot of y'all are cute young men, but you're ashy, You like to look dusty for no apparent reason. And so go get a haircut, go get a nice lineup, put some grease in that thing, whatever the case may be. And you get my point? Work your way up into, dreadlocks and things. I'm not sure if that makes sense to y'all, but it's a deep thing. Double A. He said, I'm doing long hair now and I'm kind of an elder. Salam, shalom. It's always a blessing if you're an elder and you still retain your hair. You get my point? Meaning if you were elder, let's say 40, 50, Jay-Z age, I get why Jay-Z, grow his hair out. Because it's like, you get my point? People at his age, it's over with. So it's almost like a glory. You get my point? Meaning Jay-Z still got a hairline, his hair thick, long like a young person. And so if you older, I get it. Keep up with your hair, though. You at that age where you get my point? You should be able to afford it or however it works. You keep up with it yourself, whatever. But Double A gave y'all some jewels or whatever he put in his to keep it nice. My sister and my mother, they both wear dreads, long. My sister's is real long. Maybe one day I interview my sister, she could give y'all some tips. Because she keeps hers pretty neat. And she keeps it, like new growth. Like she don't keep it twisted up. But somehow, whatever she do, it always look neat and well kept. Don't be no crumbs and stuff in it, cotton balls, toe jam. Hair's a filthy matter, so you gotta always look at it like that. In environments of purity, cleanliness, you're gonna see people bald-headed, women included. It's just a sign of, cleanliness. Like I said, the hair is like a mop. It attracts dirt. The same with your eyebrows, mustache, all these things. So in environments concerning cleanliness, you're going to see people bald-headed. In environments where people are trying to shed the ego or the individuality, and may cut off their eyebrows, mustache, eyelashes. This is where we all get our individuality. Like, if I ain't got no eyebrows, and you don't have any eyebrows or hair, we all look like Whoopi Goldberg. It's a deep thing. It's a long. Gregory Bullock said there's also this dumb narrative where if you have long hair, you're connected more to the universe. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate y'all be holding on to dumb talk, year after year. Meaning if you have dreadlocks, I'm sure in your own mind, like, yeah, I don't really feel no smarter. It sound good because I got, you get it? Why we gotta play beyond more than that, like children, where we're like, I have dreadlocks, so that means, you get my point? That is foolish talk. Now, in regards to your hair and it being like an antenna, your hair is more like a sixth sense. But not the long hair. The small short hairs that y'all have that tickle, touch your neck, you like, maybe you got, the small hairs, the short hairs. Those hairs are important. Those hairs is what keep you connected to the cosmos in perspective. Those hairs are like cobwebs, static, and keep you connected. When you grow your hair long, it covers that. So you can look at long hair as blocking your connection to the cosmos. And I'm not saying that because I have short hair and you have long hair. I wouldn't care. I'm just saying in perspective. It's going to block you from the cosmos. It's going to take away from your senses. If you need an example, I can spit in your afro and you wouldn't even feel it. Got a nice afro. I throw crumbs all in it. You won't feel it. Now, think about when you got that nice fresh cut, especially if you a man. You got maybe a number 1, number 2, really like a number 1. You'll feel the wind of the pebble. If I throw something at your head, you will feel the wind of it coming before it hits your head because of them small hairs. Anything coming in contact with those before it touches your skin, you're going to jump. Meaning the thing don't have to touch your skin. Once it touch that, you'll jump. It may touch your skin, but you get it? It's like a reflex. Those small hairs. Like you said, the goosebump hairs. Yeah. Those hairs are important, but when we have a lot of hair, it kind of covers and take away from that. In that, you get my point? This is why, people stay shaven. That's on certain paths of wisdom. In regards to dreadlocks, things like this, it's just a childish thing, when you're trying to find your own individuality, so to say, or, find your character, your place, your thing. Like, some people never do. Y'all have y'all hairstyles, Y'all are trying to find yourselves like a young person. They may put hair dye in their hair. They may have a haircut one year, braids the next. You get it? Kind of searching for themselves. Then you have older people. That old lady had the same wig. Had the same hairstyle for 25 years now. She already found her bump. And so you get my point? Now, if you are somebody that wear dreadlocks, so you're lost into the dreadlock cult, this is not an argument. If you want to feel like dreadlocks connects you to the universe, I'm not going to argue with you about it. You get my point? Outside of that, in regards to knowledge, wisdom, it's the short hairs that are important. Like I said, the more hair you have, the more it takes away from those senses, them short hair senses. Like I said, use the afro as an example. The more hair you have, a person could damn near run up behind you. I had hair before a lot, most of my life. So you get it? You feel a little crowded up behind the ears when you got long hair. Because a lot of times when you're showering, you don't want to wet your hair. In that, you get it? I remember when I cut my hair, the first thing I did was kind of like threw my whole head under the shower water. And like the back of your ear neck area, it feel like I've been covered in that area so long. You feel like, I don't know how to explain it, but if you had long hair before and when you cut it off, you know exactly what I mean. You feel more connected or aware. Like, you may be a little mad or bitter because you cut your hair. Like I said, when I cut my hair, I felt a little weird. Damn, why did I do that? But at the same time, I felt a little more refreshed. It's all about space. You gotta look at yourself, your mind, as an expanding thing. So we need space. Any kind of cluster, whether it be, on the physical vessel or just in your own personal space, is gonna start to interfere with your clarity. Some of y'all may just be in a clutter. This is why the mind is cluttered. This is why the emotional state is cluttered. The outer environment will match the state of the mind. So some of y'all are on suicidal paths, self-destructive paths. So you will know you are because you're probably in an environment that may be highly dangerous, not so safe. But you feel good there. In that, okay, I'm on a suicidal path or a self-destructive path. Because this makes no sense. Why am I here? You have to reflect on yourself every evening, like I told y'all before. If you can do it in the morning and in the evening, I don't even want to say reflect in the morning, release in the morning, But you want to reflect in the evening if you can and kind of let the day go. That way, when you set down into your darkness, you get exactly that. Instead of the mind wandering and, you having dream and things like that. You dream your whole night away, you're going to wake up tired because you wasn't really truly sleeping or resting. So, when they keep mindset of that, I'm laughing at Lisa. She said dreadlocks connect dirt. I like dreadlocks. Like I said, my mother and sister, they have it. My mother had it for a long time. I'm not sure if she even has them now. But she always had them for a long time. My mother like rose them for like 5 or 10 years and then cut them and then grow them back. She might be on her cutting 10, meaning 10 years might have passed. I don't know. I ain't been counting. But if 10 years haven't passed, then she still have her dreadlocks. And they're long by now. And she's gonna chop them. My sister, she done had them for a while. A lot of people in my family got dreadlocks, and I always, wore the braids, when I was young. And, even when I first came, I'm the one that had the mohawk braids. That's where y'all all got that ponytail bun style from. And so I'm not against dreadlocks, anything like that. A lot of y'all be lost under those kind of things. I like dreadlocks, but everything I'm saying, apply it though. Meaning if you young, you should kind of stay away from dreadlocks. You bringing the value of it down. Unless you got somebody that's keeping up with your joints. And when you young, you don't keep up with yourself good anyway. So it wouldn't matter if you do got somebody keeping up with your joints. You gonna be, aggravating them. They're gonna have to keep up with your joints more than they would an adult. Or somebody more responsible. Look at it like that. If you 40 and you get your hair done and you like 19, 20 and get your hair done, the 40-year-old's gonna last longer. More than likely. But you get it? You young, you running around, you don't really care. You a cold blood, just got your hair done and dive in the pool because you like it's summertime, man, it's lit. Like that. Where you don't really care so much. And so you get my point? Being as though when you young, you dirtier. Hair attracts dirt. I'm saying that because we live in dirty times, disease-filled times, a monkey pox times, whatever that is. Now the music I'm listening to, this is Outkast. For those of y'all that's young, I be forgetting I'm old in terms of, society. And that, if y'all say things like, what's that music? I'm sorry, I'm getting a little fat, so my clothes getting a little tight. You probably can see through this wife beater. You probably can see through this wife beater now because I stretched it completely out. It's hard to breathe. Like I said, some of y'all are young, so I forget y'all know nothing of Outkast and their music. In that, if I'm playing the instrumental, y'all have no clue what that is. Peace and wisdom, one legend. Go home. Lisa said, young black brothers need to hear your message. Whoever has a worth, a self-worth, need to hear my message. Lisa, salam, shalom. A lot of y'all in this generation, y'all have to kind of go out, communicate with people, because the things y'all say are completely stupid in real life. Meaning in real life, when people are communicating or a person is talking, they'll giggle, laugh so often, you get it, they may change their face expression. It's just normal communication. So if I'm talking to somebody, they may say something and giggle a little bit. I don't know how to explain it, but those of y'all that's my age, you get my point? I'm saying that because you said, I love when you laugh so abruptly. You have no reflection of when you speak to people, and you get it? You may kind of do the same thing. Y'all don't have no self-awareness this generation. Or y'all don't have no experience with, other people outside of your own family. But more than that, y'all don't have no self-awareness. So, you get my point? You get a little strange. But y'all have to be more self-aware. Y'all kind of lost more on words and talking, not reality. You get my point? Like my hands moving. If you pay attention to yourself, you'll realize, oh, I do that too. If you start to pay attention to yourself, you talking to somebody, you're going to realize, oh, I do that too. I laugh and giggle a little bit sometimes. Like that, y'all are kind of thrown off in the daytime in regards to reality. Try not to take offense, peace and wisdom. Now, I'm gonna give y'all another jewel before okay, I'm too high yet. Now, everybody lives their life, or everybody's born. Everybody's born nothing, so to say, in perspective. They have no perspective. They have no story. You get my point? Then y'all find a story to fall into. You get my point? So look at it like that. Y'all were born. You watched this thing, that thing. You heard this thing, that thing. You get my point? You had no story yet, but you'll find one. I'm saying that because y'all story is y'all actual experience. Your elders before you, their story going into yours. Most people, they find their story. When I say find their story, let's say you're in the Hebrew Israelites. So you get my point? Like that. You grew up in whatever neighborhood you did. You lived however you did. You didn't really have no story yet, but you're seeking self, or you're searching to find yourself. And at some point you found that the Hebrew Israelite story through the men that's Hebrew Israelites. And they gave you whatever oppressions and whatever comes with the doctrination. And that became your story. Now let's say you 40 now, so do you get my point? Most people never become aware of that. They say, damn, I was living my life and I fell into this story, but you got other stories, the conscious community story. We lost Africans. So there's some of y'all, you grew up in whatever neighborhood you did, it ain't had nothing to do with Africa, but you get my point. At some point you ain't had no story, so you said, oh, I like that story. Then that became your story. The story being the storyline of your life. And that, do you see how the world makes y'all? By y'all own doings, meaning y'all following the storylines that's already been here before y'all got here. But everybody's story is their own. But everybody's falling into storylines. When I say storylines, let's say you're a Moor. You wear a bucket hat, a red bucket on your head. But that's not your beginnings. That's a storyline that you came into. You said, I like that storyline better than the Hebrew storyline, and better than the conscious community, the Pan-African storyline, I mean, and better than the Pan-African movement is bigger than the conscious community. You get my point? That's why I said not the conscious community, but the Pan-African whole thing. But you get my point? You got all these many different storylines. Y'all kind of fall in or pick a storyline. Some of y'all change it multiple times throughout your life. But y'all find a storyline, and then that storyline becomes y'all life because y'all lived it. And take on the attitude of it, the perspective of it, your perspective making for your outlook on life or your reality in life. Now, let's say you're a dusty Hebrew stand. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? I didn't mean to. Sure didn't mean to. Now, let's say you're a dusty Hebrew standing on the corner. You got the recycled leather on. You know, like I said, they make their uniforms out of old basketballs, the top part of Timberland boots, anywhere they can find salvaged leather. They stitch that up together, make headbands, Hebrew Israelite things, Tackiness. Thriftiness, that's what I see when I see it. We need to chip in and get these niggas some. I'm sorry, I'm just playing. Salam, shalom, Elena. I see you're desperate to get my attention. Become self-aware. If you got a problem with the channel, then you excuse yourself from the channel. You saying I'm paranoid and all this dumb stuff. You're not a psychologist. You're just a broken, bitter bitch online that don't have nothing to do. And probably most niggas that you see is a reflection of your baby daddy. All 18 of them. You want to have a back and forth, I could be disrespectful too. And your attitude is a reflection of your vagina. That dirty, nasty hellhole. That disrespectful taint box. And what was you saying again, Dusty? Yeah, Paul, you will see my comments anyway. I'm leaving you up here. Project attitude. I got a problem with somebody, I don't even know why. My food stamps ain't hit the card, now I'm mad at Big Lucille. You don't gotta come in here with that energy. I don't know you, Dusty. If you don't like the message, you could slide. I don't know why you desperate to get your feelings hurt. I don't know why half y'all that's so bummy and dusty in your etiquette think you the only one that can be. A clean person can get dirty and then clean themselves up. You this dirty. Now she's silent, confused. That part. Stop trying to get people attention in a disrespectful way. How about I violate your dead ass grandmama, your great grandmama, your dirty fat mama? How about I go to the extent start dragging your kids? That part. Now I'm mentally ill. You mentally ill, bitch, cause you just hopped on my goddamn line disrespecting me. Now you throwed off while you getting disrespected back. Young and stupid and tacky and mad at your life. That part. That's what you call mentally ill. That's what you call paranoid and throwed off when you reaching for problems with motherfuckers that don't even know you exist. How you that broken? Meaning whatever you pumping on me, it hold no merit. We can get to your real reality. You clocking in here, you faceless and voiceless. That part. Again, you popping in here, you faceless and voiceless. And you burnt up and don't even know why. I don't know you. That part. What you coming in here chopping away for? Saying all that dumb shit. Let me see what you said so I can tear your goofy ass up some more. Bitch said I got touched as a kid. Well, at least we know what you went through as a kid. Outside of that, my mother wasn't a whore like your mother. And had hella niggas coming through the crib. Cause I know how you crack babies of the daytime do. That part. When you get to the point in life where your goal is to make somebody mad, to where you like, he mad, you finish, bitch. That part. That's your goals in life. You should have goals to take care of your dirty ass kids. But you got goals in life to say he mad. That ain't the same as I won. That part. Bitch, you finished. You could play dumb all you want and keep typing. Everybody here know you fried. Fried. Meaning I went the extent on your goofy ass. But that's just because you need that. Now stop blabbering on my chin and learn what respect is, and I'll respect you back. I got a daughter, some of y'all ladies. She will dust y'all clean off. Don't play with me. I'll be all on here running y'all mouths. You ain't even nobody. You don't even got no elders in your life that's gonna come to your defense if I pull up with my youngins and dust you off and tell you go get your elders, cause I'm jumping in anyway. That part. Some of y'all need to watch your goddamn manners. Be self-aware of your reality and how you damn near half a fucking orphan that nobody care about. And so when you running around trying to start problems with people that come from tribes, you need to go on your bum ass way. And that's real Jews. That part. Now, you mad. Salam. You was mad the moment you started. Now back to these deep Jews. Go wash your stinking ass and feet. Cause I know the bottom of your feet reveal that your house floor's filthy. I know your kind of chick. You wear sandals, but your feet dirty. How your feet get dirty? Or it was dirty for you left the house. Nasty. Too much, y'all? My regulars, let me know. Too much, or you want me to? I'll let y'all decide, because I keep going on her. She was desperate for my attention. I dig all up that butt. You feel me? No doodle left in that butt when I'm done with you. I'm sorry. That's just not how you conduct yourself, you feel me? In real life, you just walk away from losers. Of course, this is my chin who I gotta keep up with, to keep up. So, we dusting niggas off. I got the duster. My bum be gone spray is right over there. I'm taking care of business. What happened to Shorty? I don't really want her to leave. Come back. Just behave yourself. I gotta stop getting so bitter at the world that you start picking faces in the world to say, I'm gonna put my pain and hurt. That's gonna be the face for it. I'm not dissing you now if you still here. I know you still are. You mad as shit, but she said she's still here. Are you still talking about what happened to you in jail? Salam, love. I've never been to jail, but pay attention to what I'm saying. You don't want to have so much hate inside that you start looking for faces for it. That's when you broken and finished. Like I said, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings no more. Your feelings was hurt before I tap danced on it. You could just look at it like I just put a little bonita on that cocaine. The cocaine is your broken feelings. Just sprinkle a little. I stretched it. It ain't no thing, I know what I'm doing. But you seem like you at a place where you bitter, backed up with hate. And you probably seek out faces to put on it. Love, you said whatever dumb shit you said already. Apply some of these Jews. My chin was for those seeking wisdom. Not those seeking to get their feelings hurt. Not those seeking to hurt others' feelings with third grade insults. This is the serious part. It's beautiful you thought you was a psychologist, but you're not. You probably work the fries at McDonald's. And you get the salt ratio wrong. Meaning your math skills is not that good. You put too much salt on the fries. And we all been to McDonald's. And everybody they put on the salt, on the fries, they always put the Parkinson's hand on the fries. You. Now, why you want me to block you so bad? You be the most off-brand motherfuckers, you get it? Got the third grade snaps. Your mother. Love, get your life together, man. There's nothing worse than the broken and bitter chick. And it's jewelers for most of y'all. Meaning if you a female, you gotta learn to stop trying to get in men's face. And you get my point? There's nothing more dusty and tackier than that. Especially if you don't have no men in your life. Like a father, a uncle, a grandfather, a husband. You look completely stupid and dumb. Because if niggas raise up on you, that part, we all know a woman have to resort to go get a man. And so you get my point? You are orphan. A half of one at least. And not you gonna be running to the cops and the cops all in your business and you get my point looking like a whole goofy. even though you started it. And so you get my point? Peace and wisdom, Taylor John. You right about that. She said, nothing you said applies to me. Everything I said applies to you. You broken and bitter. And you need to get your life together so you could keep a man, because I already know your kind. Broken and bitter. And so keeping a man, start there. Stop looking to argue with men and embarrass yourself. There's nothing more tacky than that. Secondly, I'm 42. I'ma hope you my age, but let's say you in your 20s like my daughter age. Get it? You're deserving to get disrespected worse than that. Meaning in public, I could have just took off my belt and beat your ass. I've been like, this is my daughter or somebody's daughter, I don't know. She's an orphan. You're 20, you're younger than my daughter. Meaning if my daughter was present, she 22, she probably would have dusted you clean off. Then I would have took out my belt and beat your ass. Because I know you have no elders the way you carry yourself. You probably sleep from house to house. This friend this week, you suck this nigga dick next week. Maybe he lets you stay there for 3 days or so. You sound familiar? Because you got that attitude that matched that. Meaning a lot of y'all, stop laughing at her. A lot of y'all young. You forget there's people that been in life before you. They got experience. They seen you. They know your ends. Like, there's somebody that's you. That, you get it? You 20. They was 20. They seen the 20-year-old that was you right now. And they could show you like that's going to be you when you hit 40. And so, you too young to be bitter and broken already. I'll say that, young lady, Elena. I don't waste my time arguing with little kids. I thought you had a little bit more age on you. I see you just a part of the filth of, this time and this generation. Not saying all the people from this generation is, disconnected from some sort of elder source. But those of y'all that are, you get it? You conduct yourself like this young lady. Manners is important, especially when you 20. And y'all don't burn all y'all bridges before y'all even have any. And so I know your vagina looked like a sock that had a foot in it. Used. And it stank. No, I'm just playing. Hopefully you're done, love. I don't want to have to block you. Now let's get to this deep. Oh, y'all can ask any questions y'all want. Have me touch on whatever y'all. Now, those of y'all that's new, don't worry. We have to deal with retards, on a daily basis. My chin will have to do with deep wisdom and deep philosophy. You have bums that want to compete with me so bad in wisdom and my talents, but they ain't got none. So you get it? They want to compete in tacky. They forget I got wisdom, so after I dust you off in the tackiness, then I get back to the splendor, which is the deep wisdom, the deep mind. And so, hopefully some of y'all grasp, no disrespect. If you knew, like I said, people come in here all day dumb talking, getting off the point of what I do, which is deep philosophy, deep knowledge. Maybe she's a Hebrew Israelite. I explain things. People fall in whatever piles they do. They take offense. They become butthurt trolls. This is life. Like I said, they have no talent. They want to compete and tacky after that. And I'm better at them than that too. Before you reach splendor, so you have to start with tacky. It's like before you get rich, you got to be broke. In that, just because you rich don't mean you ain't a master bum. Like, I used to be a bum too, blood, hold on. If you rich and a broke nigga trying to play you, like, hold on, blood, I used to be a bum too. Hold up. hold up, I was a better bum than you is right now. Like, I'm better than you, however you cut it. She said you could never serve me. She's a fiend. 20-year-old fiend. She said you could never serve me. You smoke crack. What you on, love? What do you want here, man? Because I don't sell no more. You probably heard I was a legend. I don't do that no more. Don't sell smack anymore. Please stop. Please stop coming here. Trying to mess up my business here because you want me to come back out there. Because, you know, in the daytime, they ain't got that good work. I'm old school, always had that fire. You feel me? Business got to be good. You know, back in the day, I'm putting that fire out there and giving niggas heart attacks. I get mad for you. That's when you know your stuff is good, when they die. No, I'm just playing. Let me stop. Some of y'all young and dumb, you writing this down like, oh, the good work is when they die, eh? So she's a crackhead or something, you know. She want me to stop doing what I'm doing and get back, you know, to selling drugs and things. But I don't do that. You have to grasp that, young lady. It's not the dope spot. Salami. Salam shalom. Ew, you said Elena is a man in a dress? Oh yeah, I'm going ahead and let homeboy go. That's a himmer. That's what I call trannies. Himmers. Him, her, himmer, himmer. You're fucking with them himmers, blood. I stay away from them himmers, blood, because you feel me? They play too many games and I ain't got time for it. I want to say this: if you're homosexual, it's hard to talk to y'all because, you know, y'all be a little broken and bitter. And I ain't trying to have no beef with no homosexuals. And nothing worse than having a fight with a homo and you not one. The niggas might be like, that was domestic. So you like, nah, that wasn't my boyfriend. I don't know, blood. What do you mean? So you want to make sure if you straight, you ain't really, you know, shaking with homosexuals. You want to, they're going to try to look at you like, you know, they suck their jaws in you. Just look the other way. You ain't even see that. Why? Because if you get to tussling with a homosexual, blood, I'm going to tell people that was your boyfriend. He was having a domestic dispute with his boyfriend. Who do you know that have sex with homosexuals? That's straight. This is how I'm going to convince them. They'll be like, yo, do you know anybody that just have fights with homosexuals in the middle of the street that's straight? They going to be like, no. I'm trying to tell you, blood, that's his boyfriend. He trying to get out of it by saying it was just a random fight, but I know better. Blood stretched him out. Blood stretched him out. Blood played hula hoop, you know. It's a deep thing, salami. Now, let's get back to the deep Jews at hand. Enjoy y'all laughs when y'all can. And when the dusties come in here, you know, I'm going to fry them. You know, that's what I do. I know exactly what to do with a meatball. Smash it. Make a hamburger. Fry it. No. So, enjoy the laughs. You know, life is not a script. Meaning I'm wise. I'm not a puppet, though. So, you know, I can get off my high horse and come down there in the mud, you know, where the pigs play. And slap a pig or two around. It's no big deal. Don't be alarmed. Salam shalom. Thank you, unknowable. And thank you as well, Lisa. Like I said, this video is for y'all. So if y'all have any, you know, if y'all have any specific topic or something you want to know, Put it in the comments section. And still not right, right? Whew. It is hard being beautiful. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's get back to this deep juice. Now, where was I? Israelites, where they know everything. Those of y'all that come in here with y'all narratives, always blabbering something, trying to stray people away from the channel. You have to go, you get my point? Y'all getting too lost in your feelings being hurt. A lot of y'all have to, you have to find yourself and find something to do. You get my point? With your life, your time, things of this nature. Because a lot of y'all are lost on the path. You're putting too much energy into stupidities that I really don't care about. Meaning I'm not concerned if you can manipulate somebody's mind to not like me. That's your own work and your own doing. You get my point? And anybody that's here, they don't, you get it? Minds don't deal with gossip and all that dumb stuff. They could see through all that, low life shit when you butt hurt and playing manipulation games. Outside of that, I come on, I'm in good spirits. I keep the video on whatever the hell the topic is. If I feel some kind of way, I don't hold things in. That's filthy. I'm going to express myself. That's something a lot of y'all need to learn, to speak from your heart and say what you gotta say. And the motherfucker going to take it how they take it. So what? But I'm not holding it in. Now, if you want to word that as, oh, this nigga's crazy and blah, 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 cool. But just keep all that dumb talk over there. My channel say for 35s and olders. So if your ass ain't 35, you don't even need to be here. Your emotional state is not built to be here. Your emotional state ain't grown and your mind ain't grown. Just your body is. You consist of them three: mind, spirit, and body. And spirit like the emotional state. It's beautiful you went through puberty and your body grown, but your emotional state and your mind ain't. And so when you concerning the deep levels of wisdom I give, and your mind and emotional state is all, and it ain't ripe yet. It ain't grown yet. You gonna get butt hurt and be carrying on like you see a lot of fools do when they come in here. Going out your way to try to convince others whatever dumbness you want. But my channel for wisdom, and that's all I'm concerned with. Like I said, I'm not concerned with the dumb or anything that have to do with it. Life got to do with balance and honor. If you talking about me to somebody, they ain't got no honor, then they gonna look past your dishonorable ways. And how you sitting around talking about somebody you don't know, cause you jealous. If they honorable, they gonna notice all of that, and you gonna get blew the fuck off. And that's all I'm concerned with, is those that move by honor, not those that move biasly, avoid whatever truths they want, avoid this thing or that thing to make a point. Some of y'all so desperate, you trying to make the small point. That part. It ain't about the small point, and it ain't about skipping over other people's points. It's about wisdom when you come here. Get the wisdom, apply it to self, make sure you balanced, and you doing whatever I required of you. And there won't be no problems, and won't nobody have to get their ass checked or corrected at any moment. And everything will be smooth. Outside of that, keep my name in topics that's concerning wisdom, not stupidities where you're pretending like you're a psychologist. Cause you butthurt, cause whatever I taught go against whatever pal you fell in. You gonna be crying about whatever pal you fell in years to come. That part. You a Hebrew Israelite and you mad cause I said something about Hebrews? You're not gonna be a Hebrew in 10 years. You're gonna be complaining about them. So just chill out. Now take your time in life. Somebody should have taught you that. But take your time and get it right. We can do it, baby. Do it tonight. They young, they don't know that song. They be calling me throwed off for shit like that because they ain't in tune with the music. They just know the new dumb shit. Salami, come here to learn. It's a deep thing. Swag is unlimited. Get you some. The unknowable said, can you break down the spirits in the spine? Sure. Ash for Life said, can you explain the Urantia book? What part of it? I used to see that book a lot. Make y'all questions, you get it? I'm not asking y'all to just ask questions, just, you get my point? Make the question of a purpose, something you can apply to yourself, you get my point? I don't really like frivolous talk. I'm on here for that. I'm wise, so I'm not big on talking. So when I come on, make the most of it for yourselves. Now let me finish what I was doing and I get to y'all questions, the last two. Like I said, everybody falls into a storyline, and that storyline becomes their life. And so a lot of y'all have to become aware of that. Some of y'all are falling into gangs. They don't gotta stop at like Hebrew, Israelite, Pan-African. Some of y'all are falling into Crips, Bloods, GD, and then the doctrination that go with that, and whatever oppressions go with that, become your storyline. You get my point? So if you were Hebrew, y'all all got the same oppressive talk, meaning y'all all got the same problems. These problems y'all having heard from others, not being your own experience. You know, Pan-African, so y'all have oppressions in y'all doctrination. You know, bum talk, that's what I call it. I'm a victim talk. You know, the white man got a foot on my neck. Nobody got their foot nowhere on me, blood. I don't know what you smoking. This is what I told the Pan-African niggas. Brother, you know we from Africa? You're from Africa, you African booty scratcher. Not me, I'm from Crenshaw Mafia. So, they got this from Boys in the Hood. But you know, like I said, some of y'all young, this conversation go back there. The Boys in the Hood with little kids. It's a little kid conversation. If you think I'm lying, go to Boys in the Hood. Google or type in Boys in the Hood African booty scratcher scene. And I rest my case from there. And it's a little kid conversation. It started with little kids. Grown-ups should be beyond these kind of stupid discussions, you know. I'm black, you're white. I'm Haitian, you're... Yeah, that's fucking stupid. You get my point? You are who you are. And that's that. And everybody responsible for their own self. This is unreal. Peace and wisdom, CNS DJ. She laughing because I said I'm from Crenshaw Mafia. I forget y'all young. Like I said, there's a movie, Boys in the Hood. I'm being funny on that. You get my point? Some of y'all young, y'all lost. You never seen Boys in the Hood. You get it? You didn't catch... You get it? You didn't catch the quick little jab when I said that. You think that's like... You get it? Supple is stupid. He said he from Crenshaw Mafia. It's a joke, you dumb fool. It come from a movie. But I'm just making a point. You get it? There's soul talk. These storylines been here before me. All the old people you know now that been fell in them. These storylines come before everybody. It's like I said, y'all fall into these storylines become y'all life, then y'all have to live out the storyline. And some of y'all in jail right now, you got 30 years. Casanova in jail right now. He fell into the blood gangster storyline, and you get it? Next thing you selling dope, talking about, I'm just trying to take care of my family. Sounding like a bootleg fucking B.I.G. And every nigga that sold dope said the same dumb shit. That's his storyline now. You get it? Blame his kids. I was selling this dope to feed my kids. Nigga, you was selling dope before they was born. You get my point? Like that. And so if you sell dope, don't get mad. I'm just making a point. You get my point? They got storylines already set up for us to fall in. And those of y'all that don't become self-aware and see that and say, hold on, I got to make my own storyline. This is my life. I'm not about to live out somebody else's shit. That 1,000 people already lived out and you get it, went down the drain because of that part. What you gonna say? No, that's a lie? Shit. Malcolm X was a part of the NOI. That nigga died. That wasn't actually his storyline. That was a storyline he adopted. Next thing you know, he running around bickering and bittering about whatever he was, but he ain't had nothing to bicker about before. Like that. Y'all are finding things to bicker about. It's becoming y'all doctrination. Y'all storyline. Y'all ain't getting deep wisdom. Y'all getting deep hate and deep pains. Y'all doctrination got to do with oppressions and pains. You a Hebrew? We know your doctrination. They stole God from you. He was black. They made him white. You get it? You know, been homeless since the times of since biblical times. If you read the Bible, the Hebrews was homeless and shit ever since Moses stole them from Egypt. And they was even homeless there, meaning that wasn't their homelands. So you dealing with these Hebrews, these bums, they homeless and shit like that. Moses trying to bring them to their own promised lands. They so bummy they don't even want to go. And so do you get my point? Oh! Like I said, do you get my point? Some of y'all so bummy. Hold on, I have to use the restroom. I can't hold it. Now, where was I at? I was talking about the Hebrews. Peace and wisdom, Lisa. Thanks for telling everybody to like the videos. Or like this one. I was speaking about Malcolm or the Hebrews. I'm sorry. I'm old, so my bowels ain't good. I got injuries. But I think I was speaking about the Hebrews and how they were homeless since biblical times all the way to now. And everybody in life stole their lands and shipped them on the boat. Do you get my point? And now they standing on the corner mad, convincing other black people that they the real Hebrews. But that ain't gonna do nothing for nobody in their individual life. Next thing you know, a person lost in the storyline like that, forgetting about their individual life. You can't go down to no job talking about I'm a Hebrew. That ain't gonna do nothing for you. There's no nationality in today's time that's on the registrar that's Hebrew. That's an ancient nationality. You niggas are living in the ancient past. You might as well say we're the Akkadians, the Sumerians. Why do we need to stop at, you get it? It's the same with the Pan-Africans. They think they the ancient Egyptians. That shit over with. But not for them. They lost in time. I seen a homosexual Pan-African. I said, this shit went too far. Blood look like Puss in Boots. I don't want to start any problems because I don't want any more trolls. But y'all little groups are getting quite strange. I'm waiting for a homosexual Hebrew to bust out. Because that got to be next. You know, they be like, read. Nigga gonna be spicy with it. Read, Dante. He gonna be like King Vaughn talking about bye, Josh. I love you, Josh. It's sad. Nobody take offense. But King Vaughn is the poster child for homosexuality. Because every time I think of spiciness, I think of that. When I seen this video clip of King Vaughn in jail talking about, bye, Josh. He was so spicy. I said, this is... Earth ain't safe. You could get raped here. You... Some of y'all ain't take a time out to really look at life and be like, yo, I don't think I'm safe here. You could be a little kid and get raped here. Like, you could come here and turn to a homosexual talking about bye, Jaws. You could die as a kid here, man. You can go to fucking jail forever here. Are y'all following me? And I don't think a lot of y'all sat down and really thought, like, yo, I think Earth is the worst place in existence because you could end up in jail getting raped. Shit go deep. Like, there's men that been raped. I was thinking about that earlier because I never really thought about that. And I said, this is a horrible place when you consider that. You know, they have YouTube videos of men telling their story about how they got raped in prison. Put my mind on a thought. I said, it's disturbing when you think about that. I'm not sure if a lot of y'all have that. Like, women rapists, that's horrible. But men raping men? That mean like we ain't in a good place. I'm speaking Earth. That is... It's getting a little far out there. I'm not sure if y'all keeping track, but... Be the peace and the safeness in this ugly place. That's all I could tell most of y'all. Because a lot of y'all fall into the hells. You feel me? You become like the hell of the place. You know, y'all have y'all fake ideology that help y'all to be like I said, y'all following the storyline. Some of y'all have a storyline or an ideal where you think like, man, once you come into the knowledge, then you be broke. Y'all don't know nobody that's woke or in the knowledge that's broke. Y'all seeking knowledge and y'all broke. You get my... See how y'all ideology don't match reality? Meaning the lost broke nigga that's seeking wisdom or whatever he's seeking, that's his mindset. Like, but if I start naming wise people, Sadhguru or whoever, who broke that's wise? Shit, even Eligio in Polite in jail, they had more money than y'all. Now again, y'all seeking wisdom. Y'all not technically the woke or wise yet. And y'all got that. But y'all ideals tell y'all reverse, like, no, if I be wise, I'm gonna be broke. Overlooking your now, like, I'm making a point, like, when you lost, you be broke. Even if you get, look at it like a growing into order. It don't matter how much money or anything you get in life, until you have order, you gonna always be poor. And life is about evolving into order from disorder. Kids don't have no order in regards to their brain. It's just all over the place. If you grown, you like, can y'all sit y'all ass down? Because they just all over the place. But at some point, the kids start maturing. They get a little better and better. At some point, they start getting order in their life. You start seeing them have less life problems. You know, when you're young, you always have problems every week. You all involved in everybody else's problems. Then you got your own up and coming problems. It could be any kind of problems. But when you're young, you have a lot of problems and they just keep coming back to back to back. And it's a matter of that. Meaning you have to find order or evolve and grow into a place where you start to get your life in a certain order. And that you will have a peace, and you get it? Orderly life is a peaceful life. Or you can have, you get it, the disorder. And so look at it like that. You have to grow into order, or getting yourselves in order. And this has nothing to do with no group or something that you fall into that disciplines you. You have to evolve to a place where you discipline yourself. That way the discipline be right. You make morals and values for yourself. You follow? And that you be right. You could do like, you could be a Muslim and then fast because they said to during Ramadan. Or you could become wise and know yourself and say, man, every week I think it's best I take one day out the week and not eat. Give my belly a rest, my immune system a rest to reboot. You know? Give my immune system a chance to reboot. And, you know, it's like anything in life. You can't just use it nonstop. So I'm going to give my belly a little break for a day every week. Maybe I get a little better. I give my belly a break every 2 days out the week. Eat 5 days, not 2. Maybe nibble here and there, but for the most part, give my belly a break. Make sure I'm flushing. And having a purpose for what you're doing. Otherwise, you just be in a religion and you like, I'm fasting for these 30 days during the daytime and I don't know why. My reason is because of Allah. Because of this word you heard. That part. It's about self-discipline, getting yourself together. Physically, mentally, and emotionally. And it starts with little things like that. And fasting don't stop at food. It go to your phone, internet, all things. You need to be taking a day out of each week. More than a day out of each week. You need to take like a week out of each month. Where you lock in and you don't deal with online. You get my point? And that y'all have no choice but to fellowship with one another and kind of grow as people. Learning to see other people's perspective, their life, their point of view. You don't have to take their point of view because their point of view is for them and their life. But it give you more range and perspective in your own. Y'all online dumbing yourselves out. And so for black people, we need to have something like that set up. Meaning we need to be putting money together to get like land or something, like an activity place at least. Where people could go out there for like a week out of a month. And kind of, you get it? Fast from the things of Babylon. This is technology and all this dumb stuff. I have fishing rods and all that set up and y'all come out there and, you know, fish for y'all food. Have the option to go out into the forest and hunt your fresh meat. Pick your fresh veggies, and you get my point. Come out there, get the cooking, and you get my point. Fellowshipping and living. And that's real food. Because the food y'all eat in the supermarket ain't that. You get a chance to eat real food for a week out of a month, caught and gathered by your own hands so you know it's right, and kick back and eat and relax and talk to your people. You get my point? Not gossip about what's online, talk to your people. Fellowship, play good music, dance, do the things that online keep us from. You get my point? Hold on, let me get this book. And so we got to get things like that in play for our youth. Because y'all getting too dumbed out online to the point where you get it. Y'all becoming no good for yourselves, the whole race. We in a destructive times, like black people self-destructing. Meaning y'all desperate to tear y'all own down. Nobody else. That's what you call self-destructing. When the tribe just started inflicting its own goddamn self, and when you looking around, they ain't inflicting nobody else, just helping others. That's when you at a bad, you get my point? You're in a bad place when it happens. Lisa said fasting helps you flush. It helps your gut, it helps your immune system, it also helps your mind. Shows you how addicted you are to things. If I say fast from online right now and don't watch online or get online for the rest of the night and tomorrow, most of y'all can't do that. That lets you know you addicted to it. The same with drugs, anything you could think of. You fast for a day, it'll give you your measure to see how attached you are to the thing. And that you know how severe your problem is. You don't want to be bound to nothing. That's how you get dragged down. So you get my point? Fasting is for them things, meaning if you a wise servant, this is what we fast for. And you try to make it a weekly thing if you can. But if not, you get my point? Whatever you can, make it what you can. It's for the self. So y'all gotta learn to start serving yourselves some. You need to have a little place where y'all could come out, learn to clean yourselves right, male and female. Because this generation be skipping behind their ears, their asshole, and all that. Y'all don't be cleaning between y'all toes and none of that. Y'all some nasty, dirty motherfuckers. And so y'all need to get taught how to clean and groom yourselves. Y'all need to learn how to speak, you know? Y'all speak all rushy like y'all got anxiety. Y'all need to learn how to be relaxed and speak accordingly to the atmosphere and you get it? Wherever you find yourself. We are people that got range. But we don't use it in every aspect of our life. Y'all just use it in music. You niggas will show you got mad range and different style in music, but in regards to your life and how you carry it, you're just stuck in sweatpants and hoodies, stupid talking. You get my point? We losing our range and our splendor. And so, we need a place where y'all can come and kind of gather y'all thoughts together, not get so lost into society. Society is the white man's game and the Chinese man's game and the Arab niggas' game. They control the societies or the cities. And if you any other minority race, you know, black, Haitian, Puerto Rican, Dominican, whatever, motherfucker jealous for you. You follow? They run a society and your ass gonna be in jail running the jails, but for free though. And so we gotta get out of that. We gotta kind of cleanse ourselves from the city. It's more that life got to offer than what's in the city and the stupid city ideals. And so like I said, most of y'all just need a moment offline in reality. I was talking to my daughter. She ain't even realize eggs come from chickens. I was telling her like, you know, I was teaching her and talking to her about land. And I was telling her like, yeah, you want to make sure you got at least 2 little chickens running around because, you know, they produce eggs every day. And that you'll have, you know, eggs. And she was like, I don't want no dirty, nasty chicken eggs. And I'm like, where do you think eggs come from? In the supermarket. Then she kind of remembered, like, oh, yeah. I don't even know if she even knew that. But you get it, it was that moment of silence, like, oh, yeah. I was explaining, everything we buy in the supermarket, it comes from out in nature. So, the eggs and all that in the supermarket is fake, it's GMO. But you got the real aspects of these things. Same with meat. You hunt different animals, these is your different meat cuts. You just buy it pre-killed and cut already. But we need to know these things as a people. Meaning if you black, how many of y'all know how to hunt an animal, cut the animal, bust it open, take out the organs and things like that, skin it, process it the right way? Most black people say, I ain't never experienced that. I didn't even know that the meat in the supermarket had to do with that. And so you get my point. If we was out in nature, not living under any city's rules, we'd have to be hunting, knowing how to farm. We'd be having to know how to fish. We'd be having to know the daily things to keep yourself going. Most of us don't know that. Meaning most black people don't know how to farm or plant seeds properly. And the extent of planting. Meaning you got planting seeds could go far and deep. Most black people ain't hunt no animal before. They eat a fresh killed animal. Meaning that's the freshest meat you gonna get. Store meat ain't fresh. That animal been killed and frozen out and shipped all over the world wherever it was shipped, and you get it. By the time you bought that meat out the store, that meat 6 months old. You get my point? That hamburger meat coming from an animal that was killed 6 months ago. They just had it on deep freeze time, and you get it? And so most of us never even had real food, like fresh killed meat, fresh plucked fruit from nature, fresh caught fish. And so you get my point? You know how horrible it is? King Von probably died never experiencing that. Meaning those of us that actually earned a little wealth for themselves, they ain't even experiencing these things. There's so much life got to offer, and you get my point? Y'all lost in the cities with fucking chains and locks on y'all necks like slaves and shit. And you get my point? There's so much in life to experience. This is why y'all all bitter and bottled up. And you get my point? We need to be able to stretch ourselves out. And so hopefully some of y'all grasping. Now, if you ever wondered, I'll answer your question, Slim Reaper. If you ever wondered, like, why don't America get bombed by missiles? Because we have that Iron Dome thing that Israel has. We gave it to them. America got 2 Iron Domes. I forget the names of them. They have specific names. They're better than the ones that Israel has. So you may have heard, like, Israel has an Iron Dome, and when the Palestinians be shooting missiles at them, their Iron Dome be intercepting it. That come from us. That's something we gave to Israel, the USA. And we have a couple of our own. The point I'm making is there's missile attacks on America daily. But we got that Iron Dome, and y'all never hear about it. But let's say maybe New York have a small earthquake. Like that. It be little shit like that. Shit be... You can cause a small earthquake from, missiles or nukes, depending on how powerful they are. It could be underground, you get my point? But New York ain't a place that have earthquakes. So you always gotta question and say, is New York under attack? Because that could have been something else. Like, you get it? A nuke, a missile, the Iron Dome intercepted it, but where did it go? Just like last summer 2023 when New York I think New Jersey and a couple of other states, we had that smoke block out the sky, and they said it was a forest fire in Canada. That wasn't no forest fire. That was a goddamn nuke, meaning the Iron Dome intercepted whatever was attacking Canada, and I guess it intercepted it a little too late, and it went into the forest. But a forest fire is not going to blotch out the sky in other countries. Again, Canada is another country separate from New York. Not a different state, a whole different country. You telling me there's a forest fire in another country and it just traveled from country to country where it blocked out the sky and make the whole sky yellow and orange? Like it was just a nuclear attack? Because if you from New York, I know you had to have that in your mind a little bit. Like, is this a nuclear attack? Because the smell too strong. It smelled like barbecue. You know, like if you barbecuing at a grill and the gasoline kind of go in your throat, like the coal, where you like, it's too strong. That's how that smoke in the sky was. It was like coming into your nose and your throat like a barbecue. That ain't no goddamn forest fire. You think a forest fire gonna go from state to state, blocking out the sky and state to state? That mean all them forest fires over in LA should have had the sky blocked out in Texas, and you get my point? All the way in Mexico, another country. That's the equivalent of Canada and New York. But that ain't what happens. And so I'm saying that so y'all can grasp. America is attacked daily. And at some point, you get my point? They gonna penetrate. But for now, we got that Iron Dome thing in place and we get attacked. And so they gonna figure out how to disband that thing. And you get my point? Beware, I'm saying that because we live in a time of war, meaning everybody at war. And so you might feel a little safe in America where you like, well, we good. We not good. We got good equipment, but equipment breaks. So try to grasp. I'm gonna answer y'all questions in a second. And so the main thing is that y'all live y'all lives, enjoy y'all moments, because you know things can end at any time. You don't want to be bitter about things. You want to just, you know, like I said, you can only move forward. Trying to go backwards is how you be stuck, because you can't go backwards. There's only forward. And so a lot of people have to come to terms with that in life so they can move forward. A lot of y'all have to come to terms with y'all don't own life or control life. Y'all are just on the roller coaster ride. And so you don't got to get bitter if things don't go your way, because this ain't got nothing to do with your way. You get it? You just here, enjoy the ride, make the best of your time, try to discipline yourself out, get a little self-control. And I can't even check y'all questions because every time, you see. Got my channel on retail time. Waste my time. I can only see current. I can only see current questions. So if you have a question, you have to write it. You have to write it now, because if I scroll backwards, it'll be all up in my nose and my boogers. And so be mindful of the storylines in life that you fall into. These little groups and things that y'all fall into. The indoctrination, which been around before a lot of us was born, become y'all life, y'all storyline, then y'all have to live it out and whatever comes with it. If that be jail, death, early death, and a whole bunch of other nonsense you ain't signed up for, you get it? You got to call it the penalties of getting lost from self. You're supposed to be finding yourself, coming into your own, and then banding together with others that have found themselves and know who they are. But you found something else that take you away from your individuality and who you are. It's called a group. You find a group after you find yourself. How the hell is you finding shit for you found you? Just a little Jews, take it or not. Peace and wisdom, cat face enthusiast. Melvin Brooks said, how do we get out of samsara? For those of y'all that don't know, samsara is what they call the three planes of physical existence that we're all in. That's the unconsciousness, all of dark cosmic space that you see everything in. That darkness or unconsciousness, the spirit or dream space. This is all the substance, and then of course you have the matter or the physical. The physical life starts at the unseen or the darkness, the unconsciousness, and so you get it? Samsara is that, the never-ending cycle of life, death, and rebirth. But it's not speaking on one aspect of life. It's speaking like every day you go to sleep, wake up, then you go to sleep, this is like death. Or you live your day, then go to sleep, that's like life, death, and then you wake up in the morning, that's rebirth. And you trapped in that every day. Meaning every day y'all go to sleep, or y'all live y'all day, get tired, fall into unconsciousness, wake up, or get knocked back here, and you just stuck here, like, you get it? In that never-ending cycle where you go into unconsciousness, you may be thrown in a dream, then you thrown into awake, or physical life, then you snatched out of it. Meaning most of y'all are not aware there's a hand that controls where you are as mind, or consciousness. Y'all consciousness and pushed into physical life, then y'all awake for a time here, then y'all consciousness is thrown into the darkness or unconsciousness, and y'all there. It might get pulled out of there and put into dream space, and then y'all there. Y'all not having any of the control. Most people never became aware of that and said, damn, I ain't even got control of where I'm gonna end up. When I fall into sleep, I don't know where I'm gonna end up, and when I wake up, I can't say for sure I'm gonna wake up. Like that, it's all an illusion. It's no different between dream and awake. Y'all fall into dream the same way y'all fall into awake. Y'all can't bring y'all money from dreaming to the physical, just like y'all can't bring y'all money from the physical in a dream. The rules apply on both sides. If you thinking like, no, physical life is real and dream is fake, they the same thing. One fixed like matter and the other one like liquid. You get it? Spirit and physical, but same thing. Something that fade or something you just get thrown into for a time. But you have to become aware of these things and learn. And this is what you call learning directly from life. Now samsara, which is all of that space. You know, every aspect of physical life, which starts at the unconsciousness or the darkness that everything is in. Damn, I need to look at your question again, but I don't want to go up. But I think you was asking, how do we escape samsara? You too far down in intellect to grasp. But if you were high enough up in intellect, the answer is you have to learn orgasm, which is coming. Coming being twofold. You have to learn how to come or go back where the come came from. The come being the spirit. So, like I said, you're not there in intellect yet, I don't think. So, you might not grasp. But everything has to do with that tide. Coming is a tide, meaning orgasm is a tide or a coming of something. And then there's the going back of that thing. I'm not saying it's necessarily a fast going back. The thing is being spewed out into samsara, so it may never make its way back, but the coming is twofold. Everybody's beginning starts at that. My daddy cummed me out, meaning my daddy orgasmed and I came as that white substance, the Holy Ghost. So it's the same for you. Your father ejaculated you out as that substance and you came, like you appeared. Of course, that substance is put into the egg cell. Then you have a physical coming, but it all starts there at the orgasm. This is the first birth or the birth of the spirit, meaning a man gives birth. Here you go, the YHWH. A man gives birth, but it's pleasurable. A woman gives birth, and it's the opposite. The man giving birth to the spirit. What is coming from heaven, heaven being orgasm, meaning the land of bliss and good pleasures. In the Far East, they call that nirvana. So in layman's terms, orgasm is heaven, or the doorway to. But what happens is spirits get spewed out of heaven, the land of bliss, into the physical, when the Father orgasms. So it's a spiritual connection to orgasming if you're a man. When you're having sex and you're orgasming, in perspective, you're pulling spirits or souls from heaven. Heaven being the place before the physical realms. We talking about from the beginnings of it, which is the darkness. The seminal fluid or the spirit is brought into these realms from orgasm or the man coming. And so I'm not saying it as like in a simile. I'm saying it like literal. Everybody comes from orgasm. Your father orgasmed you out as that white stuff. Mine's as well, everybody, as you know. In that, we all come from orgasm. But once in the physical, you can't go back. You get it? Meaning if I tell y'all go back into orgasm, y'all don't know how. Like that. Some of y'all say, I didn't even know what you just said right now, so I'm just now grasping that. Like that. You escape samsara when you grasp the knowledge of coming or orgasm or heaven. Like I said, orgasm is just heaven. This is your kundalini knowledge, but y'all know that wrong. Well, if he said life is just meaningless, you are life. So when you come to grasp that, you're basically saying you're meaningless, and you are. So find meaning for yourself. Other than that, what's alive besides the organisms that you see? Because you said life is meaningless. Life is the living. You got the plants, all the organisms that's alive here. Plants, trees, animals, man, whatever's living. And this is the life here. Everything else here is the death. You said life is meaningless. You are the life that you speak of. You think life is a place that you in. The place you in is death. You are the life. And so you have no meaning. This is why your life has no meaning. Don't take offense and feel like, oh, I'm dissing you. When you find meaning for yourself, then life will appear to have meaning because you are the life here. So you're only seeing your own reality. And just don't realize the reality that you're seeing is self. Like I said, you are life. You're not in life. You're in death. This is why all the life is dying right before your eyes. But you get it? That don't mean you can't have a meaning before that time. And so, hopefully you grasp, champ. Evelyn said life is not meaningless. Life is whatever you make it to be. Speak it into existence and just believe. It's a lie. That's like religious talk. You know, life don't boil you down to belief. It boils you down to knowing truth. You can believe in anything you want. And he can speak anything he wants. This is not going to give him meaning like that. Life is a deep thing, but the mind has to be broad, not shallow. And that, if his mind is broad enough, he'll grasp what I mean when I say you have no meaning. That's why life has no meaning to you, because you are the life. That means he has to put in work on himself. This is not a matter of talk. It's like I told y'all, life is not a matter of talk, it's a matter of action. In that, you're telling him to speak like this hocus pocus magic, but in real life, he got to put in that work, that action. If he got a mind to grasp what I said, and start slowly working on himself until he becomes a meaningful thing. And that is life will have meaning. And it's the same with the rest of y'all. Some of y'all life don't have no meaning, or you don't have no meaning. And some of y'all don't like the meaning that you are in life. Maybe you're a prostitute, so you don't like that meaning. And that you feel worthless. So you get my point? Life gonna be whatever you are. So you want to make sure you something good that you can live out. It's that simple. This don't got nothing to do with people seeing you or nothing. It's got to do with your own peace and your own existence. Y'all forget about that. Y'all just be focused on when people can see y'all. But when people can't see y'all, it's when y'all be y'all most broken. And that's what you want to fix. Whatever people see don't matter. And that, y'all put people before yourselves, meaning y'all don't secure y'all own peace and stability and say, fuck it. If they don't understand looking from the outside in, that's just on them. Y'all more focused on getting the notoriety and that y'all sell yourselves to the world, or y'all sell yourselves thin, or y'all sell away y'all peace and stability, you know, give it away for notoriety. Everything's simple when you become wise or, you know, clear on things. Melvin Brooks said, does this tie into the Kabbalah? You can always buy my Kabbalah magazine. Where did I put it? It explains the Jewish mysticism in layman's terms so you grasp easy. But it's quite deep. It explains spells, voodoo, everything you could think of the accurate way. Gives you the names to all of the Sephiroth. Like I said, this magazine explains the ancient Jewish mysticism. You have books like this. That's part 1 and part 2 are reverse, but you have books like this that I used to read, but they're not clear in explaining what Kabbalah is. It's more like books are one's perspective of an aspect of Kabbalah. Kabbalah being a knowledge that have to do with creation of everything in existence, and then the alchemy or chemistry of life. And you have a lot of chemistry in life, and this is where you get your manifestations. When I say chemistry, hydrogen gas and oxygen gas merging is how you get liquid physical water. Like that. You have many different recipes or chemistries that manifest all the physical things we know. And so this is where your sorcery or alchemy aspect of, you know, Kabbalah magic comes into play. And like I said, it has a part on voodoo. Voodoo has to do with sound alchemy. Like I said, language is the mixing and merging of different sounds. Meaning words are a bunch of syllables, sounds merged. A chapter for seals, explaining what that is, an ancient word. And then, a breakdown of it, showing you seals and, different viruses so you can grasp. The images at the top are viruses in their chemical formula. That's like their makeup. And below is an ancient seal. An ancient seal of Marax. And SARS-CoV. You see the similarities? In that I'm letting you see ancient seals is just the recipes of certain viruses, the chemical formula of certain viruses or other things. Think like pharmaceuticals. They have a mixture of substances, so it has a chemical formula. But if you read through this, you'll grasp. Here's a chapter on astrology, explaining it the accurate way. Of course, your images as above, so below. So there's an image of Scorpio, and there's an image of scopolamine, which is basically a molecule, a liquid, a substance. And of course, constellations. Like I said, atoms is like solar systems and molecules are like constellations, which is a cluster of solar systems. Just like a molecule is a cluster of atoms. Atoms are like solar systems on a micro level. Molecules, which is above atoms, is like constellations, which are above solar systems. Meaning a constellation is a cluster of stars or solar systems. Block you in a minute, Lisa, because you asked that the other day. You get my point? And so I'm not sure what you got going on, but you're going to get blocked in a minute. Showing signs that you're a little thrown off. Now, a molecule and a constellation is one and the same, micro to macro, or as above, so below. So that's what I'm showing you in these images. And of course, you have to break down with it. As you can see, scopolamine, which is a molecule or a liquid, has the same appearance as Scorpio or Scorpius, which is a constellation. You grasp? And so it's the same on this side. You have the chemical formula of ethanol. And of course you have Boer, which was a spirit and spirit summoning practices. And you get it? He has a seal. And if you look up at the top, that's Sagittarius. So ethanol is a molecule or a liquid. Below, Sagittarius is a constellation. That's above. You get it? As above, so below. Basically saying constellations and molecules are one and the same on a micro to macro level. And Boer is basically beer. Beer is made with ethanol. That's why he looks like that. It's different chemical formulas or recipes. Beer is normal to y'all now, but in the time, you get it? That strong drink. You got to be a chemist of some sort to do that. This is your hoodoo and voodoo part. But like I said, you can visit my website, upscaleknowledge.org. Get this book. I think it's on sale right now. So, get it, read through it. It's pretty long, but it goes in depth on what ancient Jewish Kabbalah is. In that, when you read books like this, you'll have a better perspective of what they're talking about. And, in regards to knowing what they're talking about or not. Peace and wisdom, sweet pea. Y'all are not grasping right, but like I said, get the book, get a clear understanding, and you get my point. Y'all are calling anything spirits and seals, and I gave y'all examples You get my point? Y'all are getting lost on examples. Y'all are not learning. It's becoming annoying. A seal is a specific recipe of something. When I gave you H2O as a seal, that's an example. H2O is not a seal, but it's the same thing that a seal is. But the seals are specifics to specific, entity. And just like specific drugs, you get my point? Cocaine is not heroin, but do you get my point? It's the same science. Now let's say cocaine was a seal, meaning if you take that drug, it take you to an entity. And heroin just something you take it and fall asleep. And that heroin ain't a seal, meaning it's not one of the special recipes that, you get it, the ancient Jews was dealing with. And so hopefully that gives some of y'all some clarity, because y'all are babbling on without any clarity, meaning y'all don't ask any questions, y'all don't get the scholarship. Now just hear things and then try to build up on it. Get a clarity. You get my point? Lisa said, okay, never mind. Hopefully I don't go back and that happens. Okay. 2 hours went by pretty fast. Lisa said, why come to this plains to wait on death? You said that earlier. Yeah, because your father orgasmed you out. This is why Christianity say everybody here because of the sins of their father. Like I said, life starts as substance. Everything starts as substance. Everything physical you see, it started from unphysical means. That's like the soul evolving into spirit. The soul being like air, and those airs evolving into liquid. Same way you see it happen in real life. Airs merge together and you get water. Look at your soul as your mind, thinking airs or moving airs merging together to create a liquid. That liquid being seminal fluid. That seminal fluid is now that soul or mind in spirit body. That spirit body just being a substance or liquid. That liquid being bound to the clay or the menses. This is the beginnings of matter. You get it? All of that manifesting out. The soul or mind being bound to the spirit and the body. The spirit being a liquid, the body being clay. The spirit being here because the father orgasmed. You say, what father? You have a father, I have a father. Everybody that was orgasmed out into this physical plane, it was a result of their father and his lusting over the flesh. The sins of your father. And that's why everybody's here in the physical, and that you grow. It's quite a simple thing. Meaning you was born here, your physical body grow. In that okay, this is about my spirit and my mind growing. These two aspects being hidden in the body. Me observing the body, giving me the blueprint of what I need to do within. You don't have to make your body grow. Nature naturally does that. But your spirit and your mind is not going to grow on its own. You have to do that. Meaning you have to broaden your horizon, so to say. Meaning your mind. You have to cleanse your emotional state so that it can keep blossoming and growing. Bad emotional state being like weeds on a plant. You have to blossom in your joy and happiness, and whatever that does to the soul has to be done. It takes some people forever. It takes some people, they never do it. So those of y'all holding on to y'all pain, you got to find a way to let it go. Meaning you got to find something else to hold on to. That being the positive things in your life. It's all a choice. You got the negatives and the positives. Somehow you're on the positive side holding on to the negatives. I'm sorry, you're on the negative side holding on to the negatives. But you could be on the positive side doing the same. Where you blow off negative things and you like, I ain't gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna just focus on, what's ahead. Then you have those that say, I ain't focusing on what's ahead. I'm fucking that motherfucker up from yesterday. You get it? Getting stuck in the past, which is to be stuck. And so you have to move forward. You have to grow as a mind and a spirit, meaning you have to grow mentally and emotionally. But life is not going to do that for you. Life is just going to apply the pressure for the diamond to blossom. This being your emotional state in your mind. But if you don't allow, it to happen, meaning life won't bury you with pressure. The same way soil buries the seed. And it's going to be heavy, but you get my point? You have to emerge or evolve through those pressures. So y'all go through little things in life, it's just soil, just pressure to help to blossom the mind and the emotional state out. Maybe you're getting too shallow-minded, lost in your ego, so you get a little hardship so you can see things from the impoverished side. And that it adds substance to you. It gives depth to your mind. And it gives you a little more appreciation for what you do have. Is what I'm saying making any sense to y'all? I'm saying that because, been talking a lot now. My head hurts. I'm getting dried out, as I always say. So, if y'all grasping, I'll continue on. If y'all not, I'll come back another day. But the main thing is you want to make sure you're growing or becoming ripe in mind, meaning the mind becoming deep, and evolving into what it's supposed to be, which is a light. Meaning you as a soul, you are growing in your body. Your body is your tomb. Meaning the spirit went in the egg cell, or the substance, the liquid was put into the egg cell. The egg cell evolved, and so does the spirit inside of it. Then the body's born out, but the spirit and the soul is still inside of the body, kind of like a seed in its soil. And so when the body dies, do you get it? Hopefully the seed that is the soul and the spirit is ripe, ready to be plucked from its tree or its tomb. Most people, I can't say, but a lot of people, they become bound to their soil, their tomb, body. And that, you get it? They're dead, they're buried, they're gonna be there. And so you wanna grow as a mind. You wanna grow emotionally, where you're not holding on to filth. Like I said, you gotta learn to speak from your heart the way y'all see me do. I will curse y'all out, or y'all will call it cursing out, but I'm just checking you on if you doing me wrong, or if you're just wrong. In that, I don't have no negativity on my heart. I don't have no malice. I don't have no perspective where I feel like, I gotta get them back. In that, I could come and just give y'all wisdom. Y'all ain't get back this video. I ain't tripping about it. Y'all gonna pay for that shit. You get it? Like that. Y'all come and do another video. Y'all do the same thing. You get my point? When I get annoyed by it, I'm not gonna hold it in. I'ma let it out. Fuck y'all. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all don't ever give back. You're getting deep fucking wisdom. Then I'm good. As long as I ain't got to hold it in. You get my point? And that, whoever's on the other side or the other end, they have to come. They have to make their decision. Am I going to be fair with this person or go on my way? Because they not going to stop laying down the laws of balance. Be fair with me. And then take that on to, whoever else. But let it start with me. Because I only speak for me. And so you get my point? You got to get the emotional state cleared out. In that, you can go forward. I'm always going forward. I don't ever get, like I said, you can't go backwards, so it's no need to get stuck on it. You can only go forward. And so some of you have to learn that. Go forward. You're going to have winds and all kind of shit coming and ambushing you, may even knock you back, but you have to go forward. In that, you get it? Like a tunnel vision thing, or I'm always going forward thing. And so you have to get to that place in life where the mind and emotional state becomes to blossom. You get it? Right. The same way the body, goes through puberty and it grows, your mind has to grow. This is your perspective. You shouldn't have the same perspective or mind you did when you was a teenager. You shouldn't have the same emotional states you did when you was younger. Meaning you shouldn't be holding on to any emotional problems from when you were young. If you do, then you get it. You're stuck. There you go, Lisa. You gotta let go. Ha bunny, salam, shalom. You sure you familiar with whoever you speaking of voice and deep wisdom here. I'm sure you got a brain. Get your goofiness together. Niggas be trying to be comedians in the wrong place. Did y'all just see that? Now, I'm about to depart. If you have any questions, y'all can ask. Like I said, I'm getting dried up. Lisa said, do you believe in reincarnation? Love, I already told you about belief in truth. Or no, ain't no belief. So stop asking me. You get my point? You come here, you gotta grow at some point. You keep repeating the same stupidities. I don't got time for that. There ain't no such thing as belief. Yeah, I know people got a bunch of belief systems. Belief is not no. And no is truth, not belief. You don't need to ask me, do I believe in reincarnation? That's stupid talk. You have to get that through your brain at some point. Why are you asking people what they believe? That is not asking them what they know. It's like you setting yourself up to get dumbed down. Again, you don't know belief ain't no. It's cool to ask somebody what you know, but you asking what you believe. What's that gonna do for you? Belief is just my perspective. That don't mean it's the truth or the knows. And so your brain is not on the right path. Meaning y'all still lost in the Babylon talk. And based on lie. In that, you get it? Y'all looking for beliefs. Thank you, whoever gave back. Y'all looking for beliefs. But beliefs ain't truth. Truth is what y'all want. And a clear understanding, which is knowing. But y'all signed up for beliefs. You can't serve two masters. Your mind can't vibrate on belief where you're speaking it out your mouth and saying, I believe this, or do you believe? It's like asking somebody their lie. Lie being right in belief. But I'm getting some of y'all to a point to grasp. You need to get your mind on no, truth. And that when you asking somebody a question, you're asking what they know in the truth of a thing. If they don't know, you get it? You can let them know, I don't want to know your belief and your perspective. Do you know the truth and the answer to the question? In that, you be on the path of truth. You have clarity. Other than that, asking me, do I believe in reincarnation? I ain't going to do nothing for you. And I know reincarnation. Meaning I understand the scholarship concerning the topic. The topic has things to do with your real life. And I explained it already to the first person that asked the question. When they said, how do we escape samsara? The answer I gave him is the answer. You get it? So whatever you just said when you said, do I believe in reincarnation? I already answered that in this video. and how you avoid reincarnating are repeating the cycles of life, death, and rebirth. I will reincarnate. Reincarnate not having to do with you coming back here, but reincarnation meaning y'all are manifesting out through many different levels and planes of existence. All of these levels and planes of existence being one life. Y'all view reincarnation as just organism, I guess. You was an atom before you was a molecule. You was a molecule before you was a cell. You was a cell before you was an organism. What, did you skip over the sperm cell and egg cell stage and you just was an organism? No, right? That part. Everybody went through their levels. Meaning you was a cell before you was an organism. Sperm cell got egg cell. You was a cell in your mama's belly before you was born out as an organism. Everybody. In that, you get it? You're going or evolving, going through many different emanations that are levels of life. This is your coming forth by day or manifesting out. In totality, organism level of life is just one plane of that whole existence. To reincarnate is to go through all of that whole process again. Meaning atom, molecule, cell, being born into earth as an organism, so on and so forth. You know, the levels of life above y'all that y'all have not evolved out into, but y'all understanding on these matters like reincarnation and things like that is way off. So, you get it? Y'all clarity ain't good on things. And like Lisa, you get it? Y'all stay stuck on y'all stupid in perspective. I'm saying that because Lisa, she's asking about beliefs, and I already explained to her before the difference between belief and no. And thank you to whoever gave back. Salam, shalom. Anunnaki video. I like to do the videos when I have them planned because I have a lot of knowledge. So like you get it? That video was for that day. I didn't do it that day, so you get it? I become backed up like that. Where I'm like, oh, I gotta do this Anunnaki video, but my mind is now into today. And today's lesson might be this. And you get it? In that, I become backed up. In that, I missed out on the Anunnaki video. But you get my point? And wisdom is never ending, so I'm sure I'll get back around to it at some point. Thank you for the give back, Lisa. Tutank Omar Ra. Salam. Those of y'all that have names like that, ancient Egyptian names, you shouldn't have any name that you don't fully know what it means. You get my point? I'm sure you can ask somebody what it means, but that might not be accurate. And that is best to stay away from words, names, that you don't truly understand the meaning, where you have to rely on another. I say that because y'all have to live out y'all names. You follow? You got people that name themselves Murder X. And you know, Malcolm X died. That's what an X represents, X'd out. You got people named Murder. You know, I got a homeboy named Jay Murder. He died young, like 20-something. He died when he older than me, but you get it? Now I'm older than when he died, but that thing is real. You know, watch your name. Your name gonna manifest your reality. When I was younger, my name was Cheese. That means money. I was making money when I was young. At an age I shouldn't have been. You get it? Reflecting back on all these things I grasp. Your name controls, you get it? The vibration of your life. I call myself Solace now. That means peace for the most part. You get my point? And that's all I have. I don't ever have any issues. Like, you get my point? And so start to pay attention to the names y'all give yourselves, or y'all let others give y'all. Because these names is the things y'all have to live out. Some of y'all names are just names. They have no meaning in that. You get it? I guess you in the clear. But when you're dealing with nicknames, which is usually words, and they have a meaning to it, you want to be careful on the one you pick. X marks the spot. It's the same as saying X'd out. X got to do with sacrifice. You know, placing an animal over the altar, putting it on the X. Altar's an ancient stove. Basically, when you dig a fire pit and you put your stones around it, and then you find, you know, something to lay above it, so you place your meat on it. Kind of like the burners on y'all stovetops are. Y'all stovetops are modern day altars. This is where y'all place y'all dead animals, or meat. And you sacrifice it before the Lord being, you know, your belly. Or the hunger coming from it. That's the beast, it growls. And so I've explained that many times. I don't feel like doing that again, but X has to do with sacrifice. This is why y'all stovetop burners have that X shape over it. Meaning you have the stove, and then you have the little burner part that you put over the fire, and it's always in the X shape. And you place your pan on that, and you get it? A simple thing. You got to do with sacrificing life to below. Below being your belly. Your hunger pains is just an extension of the darkness or the unconsciousness that swallows your life force every night. So the same way your life force or your consciousness is swallowed up by the unconsciousness or the darkness, your hunger feeling is an extension of that. And so it makes you swallow up life the same way that swallows you up as life. It spits you out in the morning so you could serve it some more. You know, eat. Meaning y'all don't get hungry. The growl in y'all belly get hungry. If I ask y'all where that growl come from, y'all don't know. But you can't say it's you, because your stomach will be growling while you're talking. And that, you know, is two different beings speaking or making sound. Your stomach growling is its own thing. Y'all be trying to shut it up. Like, shut the fuck up. Hope nobody heard that. Meaning y'all have absolutely no control over the growl of y'all belly. And that means y'all have no control over y'all hunger, which is its own entity, and it's in your belly. And that's the same entity that's going to finish your body off. Meaning when you die, you're not going to be able to eat or serve your belly. And your belly going to eat your body. Meaning the cells, the bacteria cells in your gut, your belly, yeah, they release out through the body. They start eating the cells, the organs. They finish off the body. And this is how y'all hunger pains feel. If I ask y'all what it feel like when you get hungry, y'all gonna say it feel like if I don't eat, I'ma get it. I feel like every moment I don't eat, something eating me. I'm starving, but it feel like I'm getting ate. I ain't got no energy. And that's the reality. The beast in your belly, if you don't feed it, it's gonna feed on you. So they understood this to be God in the past. This is not God, that's the Satan. Like I said, every aspect of the physical life start at the unconsciousness or the darkness. And God is beyond that. God controlling all of the physical. The darkness, or what y'all call the Satan, is just the God over the physical. But not the controller of the whole existence. And so that lies beyond the darkness, where y'all can't access, but y'all can just see the glory of it, the actions of it, how it pull y'all in the darkness and let y'all go, how the sun is set in the darkness and it's let go, how the tide is brought in and then pushed out. many different aspects of, the pulling down and the releasing. So, try and grasp. Now I'm gonna depart. It's time for me to put some food in my belly. I appreciate those of y'all that gave back. And that's the most important thing. Appreciation. And so make sure y'all appreciate whatever y'all have and whatever y'all get. And you gotta focus on that. When I say thank you when y'all give back, it's just habit, but it's real. It's from appreciation. You get it? So if you ever watch me when I'm doing the video and somebody give back, I may stop and thank them. You want to get like that in your life. Where if anybody's helping you, you want to take a moment to stop and acknowledge that. You get my point? You don't wait till later like, hold on, I'm going to get to that. Anything that got to do with, somebody's being a service to you, repaying you for a service. You get it? Anything that have to do with gratitude, you need to focus in on it for a moment and lock it in. Somebody come up to you and they owed you money and you didn't get your money in years, and they pop the fuck up out of nowhere talking about, hey, look. Once you become aware that they gonna pay you back, you lock in on that. That's good memory. You get my point? And you focus on your receiving. Your receiving tie into your gratitude. Meaning I'm sure you be thankful they paid you back. And if you lock in on that gratitude, do you get it? Path to receiving. Meaning whatever y'all felt like y'all lost in life, y'all only lost it because y'all ain't grateful. And whatever you lost can be received back. I don't care if it's a dead person. When you like, I lost the love of my life, you could receive something even greater. But you gotta be grateful for the time that you did have with whatever you did lose. Your focus is more on the loss instead of the time with. You're grateful for the time with, you will be giving more of what you're grateful for. You focus on the negative things, you're more grateful for that, then you will be giving more. And so you want to focus on the things that, you actually want. If you pay attention to yourself in society, you'll notice like people seem to gravitate towards what they don't like. That's something they have to become aware of. This is all a part of the growing process. They have to become aware and say, okay, I'm gravitating towards things that I truly do not want. That means my mind and my body is not in accordance with one another. That means I'm serving two masters in some kind of way. Because my mind's one way, my body's going the other way. And that, you get my point? You have to focus on what's important that you actually want. And some of the things you need in life, you don't want to hear and you don't want. But you have to always keep the mind clear where you get. Y'all know sometimes y'all may hear things y'all don't want to hear in that moment. It may be coming from your mama. Any form of authority or discipline, and you not want to hear it. But you knowing like, nah, they right though. You got to learn how to align self, and you get my point? Discern. You don't want your ego to get lost. This is when you start telling yourself you right when you wrong, and you get it, doing whatever you want. Not staying within the balance and guidelines of life. And that, you get my point? You become lost. Now I'm exhausted. Hopefully y'all grasp. To those of y'all that's young that come here, I don't compete with the young. So if you found yourself envious over my wisdom and you feel like you want to compete in any way, I wouldn't waste my time. You a kid. And so a lot of y'all that's young in your 20s, you need to come to terms with that. I would never waste my time. That's just a part of my morals. You a kid. And that ain't what I do. Same with my kids. I don't compete with them. I'm before you. I help you to get halfway where you at. I'm not about to play myself and act like we of equal measure. And you the creative thing. And I'm the creator. That's in regards to my kids. We ain't the same. I made you. So it's the same with somebody else's kid. You get it? You just a kid like my own. I don't compete with you. I'm here to help you and guide you along if you want that help. Outside of that, I'm not about to compete with you. That's beneath me, not you. That. When you old as fuck trying to compete with little kids, you pathetic. That's what I mean when I say I'm beneath that. And so if you young, come here for the jewels. Make sure you balanced. Pay your dues or give back however you see fit. And kind of get your mind off competitiveness. Meaning a lot of y'all young, y'all competing for notoriety or to be noticed. You want to do anything you could do to be noticed. I deal with wisdom. I don't care about attention. You get my point? And so, I'm here to learn. Keep the mindset, you know, right the way it needs to be. Apply some of the jewels from this video to self and grow as a person. If you want a one-on-one, visit upscaleknowledge.org. If you want any of my books, visit upscaleknowledge.org. If you want to join one of my pricing plans, that's like knowledge pertaining to specific topics or genres, so to say. Like Christianity is a certain topic. Ancient scholarship, this would be ancient Sumer, Far East teachings, you know, anything that would classify as ancient scholarship. It will fall under that category. If you're just interested in ancient Egypt, you get it? I have an ancient Egypt course. It just have ancient Egyptian post and wisdom on there, explaining the different deities in real time. So you can visit my website, upscaleknowledge.org, pick out one of the pricing plans. Go to my website, you'll see the 3 bars, that's the menu. Click it. Look for blog posts or pricing plans, really pricing plans. Then you can go to the blog post. There's a few that's public. Most of them are assigned to their pricing plan. Click the pricing plan. You'll see the different pricing plans I have. It may be an ancient Egypt one. It may be one pertaining to self-perfection, anything. And knowledge will be added to it throughout the year. Usually I like to add a bunch of knowledge at one time. So, you know, give me some room. So I might put like a month's worth of wisdom on it. And you get it? But you can go get one of them pricing plans. They have a bunch of wisdom that y'all have not seen on here, Facebook, or anywhere else. It's just there. Upscaleknowledge.org. Salam.